Imus in the morning.
Well, I have a list here.
Yeah.
By the way, of people who were so wrong, it was ridiculous. And who was right? We were. I was right.
Yeah.
Who predicted this thing? We did.
Amen.
And we did it on what? What Connell said this. We just took a look at the polls, and because we don't have a political agenda here, we really don't.
We're not geniuses.
And no, we're not.
No.
And at least I'm not.
Speak for yourself.
So, well, who's going to win this thing? Even Bernard. We said, well, Obama's probably going to win it. Who won? Our guy.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's funny.
And here's the thing. I hate to sound like I'm humping my little friend Mike Lupica, but that little panty-wearing commie's got a pretty good column in the New York Daily News this morning, and that is...
That's humping?
That, I mean, if you're the Republican Party and you can't beat a guy with a disastrous presidency that he's conducted and to shape the country, then you can never win. Oh. And I understand they nominated a guy who nobody likes, and I think Dagan said that, or Tony, that Romney's the guy who fired your father. He's that guy. So you're not going to warm up to him.
Well, they made you think he was that guy.
Exactly. Well, whatever. He didn't act any different. I mean, you just can't be putting in an elevator in your house for your car. Even I don't have that. I mean, and so there's
You're
nobody
thinking about it. But
Now, there's the standard right there.
a pretty good idea.
Gave you ideas, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Elevator.
even I'm not that screwed up.
Hey, Brent.
Let's go down. Let's
So,
go down to three.
but back to Lupica for a second. His point is, and I think it's one to embrace. I mean, he was elected president.
Lost again, sir.
And this is a great country, and he's getting what Lupica described as a do-over.
Yeah.
So he now, the president now has the opportunity, and he even sort of alluded to this in his acceptance speech in Chicago last night.
Yeah, victory.
He now has the victory speech. He now has the opportunity to be the president that everybody thought he was going to be. Not everybody, but everybody who voted for him back in 2008. So, which means walking across the aisle, working with those folks, Boehner and that other bunch, and those dopes in the Senate and that sort of thing, and get Harry Reid straightened out.
And work with your own party. He doesn't even talk to them.
And do that. So lose some of the arrogance and the insecurities. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment to be elected in this country. To start off with being black. And then we already went through all of the various problems, the $16 trillion debt and gas prices what they are, and unemployment, and 50 million people on food stamps, and 23 or 4 million people unemployed. I mean, and you still get elected. So, but the people who were wrong, here's why I don't need to say this. You already know this. Mm-hmm. That we know more about what's going on this program than almost any program on the air, because we're not here trying to push some agenda. Here's what that skunk vomit said. Yep. Remember skunk vomit?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Newt Gingrich.
Newt Gingrich, right.
I believe the minimum, he's talking about the election, I believe the minimum result will be 53-47 Romney. Over 300 electoral votes. He should be put to sleep.
Yeah.
He should have been put to sleep anyway.
He thought he was going to be the nominee, too. How about that?
Yes. That fat pig ran.
He thought his first two marriages were going to work out.
Or whatever.
Well, maybe not.
Until the girl got sick. And then, and Karl Rove, I like Karl, but he was running around the Brett Baer and Megyn Kelly and that whole Fox thing. They were great, by the way, in providing coverage. Of course, I didn't see a second of it, but David and Wyatt did, and they came in and woke me up and told me who won.
Yeah, they are good.
But I saw a little bit of their outstanding coverage. And Brett Baer, that boy lost some weight. I guess he was. How much weight did he lose? How much weight did he lose, Bernie?
I don't know. He looked good to me. I didn't notice.
Great, didn't he?
Yeah.
He ran yesterday morning before he even started the all-night.
Okay, so the boy's obsessed now.
There you go.
But he came in, he looked good. Looked like Anchorman now.
Yeah. Saw him on the way out, and he was walking out and walking in this morning. They did very good last night.
Okay. But Karl Rove was hysterical, not wanting them to award Ohio to the president when they did, the Fox News. But it was over.
Yeah, he thought it was too early to call it, Carl. And
He threw a fit, which lasted for about a half hour.
Yeah.
Last
So he should be precluded from ever appearing on Fox News again, ever, and predicting anything. And how about Dick Morris, Who thinks Dick Moore? I mean, huh?
He's got his collar on this morning. He's a happy camper.
Unless you subscribe to Bernie's theory that Dick Morse was some evidence, empirical as it is, but some evidence that he's into abject humiliation vis-a-vis the dog calling a hooker.
He's a masochist.
Exactly.
The McGuirk theory.
That he may be all greased up this morning, running around with a big old boner, happier than a
God, don't do
He may be thrilled to death over
many
this.
bad
The
images in
outcome
my
of
head
this.
right now.
Well, that's really more of an image than we need.
You
How about
think?
just taking a couple of paddle swings right now?
It's 10 minutes after this.
Let's just go with that.
All greased
Swinging
up
it like
with
that
a
in an on-deck circle.
I know. Hit me again. Hit me again. I was really wrong.
I was a bad boy.
No, I said landslide. Make it harder.
Now this is some election.
Yes.
I was very bad. It's 11 minutes after the hour. So
Oh, my God.
we are where we are. And,
Oh, we sure are.
Pinch hitters in there.
got Doug Brinkley coming up. The Blondes will be here.